Mr. Christensen, I am the first person to speak. I am the first person to speak. Okay, are we good? Because I don't want to move this up and down.
You're good.
Thank you.
I don't have to worry about you.
Me either.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you come in, if you've noticed the first row in the mezzanine is unsafe, please do not sit in it. The first row in the mezzanine is very unsafe. It's actually coming off the wall. Please do not sit on it. I cannot guarantee your safety. Yes, that one that's taped off. Exactly. Give that man a prize. Did you just have a birthday? Again, ladies and gentlemen, as you come in, please don't sit in the first row. If the mezzanine is taped off, it's dangerous. I can't guarantee your safety. Yes, your chain may fall on you if you sit in the first row in the mezzanine.
Yes, ma'am. If you go to,
Ladies and gentlemen, for all of you who are asking me if this is streaming tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are using YouTube to stream this concert. If you go to YouTube channel RMMT SOA, or School of the Arts, you will find a YouTube channel that is just for all the streaming for SOA. It's right here, ladies and gentlemen.
oh, you want the word? Taking care of that already.
And they show it to me the actual URL.
Are you, sit down and run that 24 to 20.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, is RMMT, School of the Arts. It's an actual YouTube page. You will find all the senior theses from there, from piano on to last night's senior jazz piece.
I don't know. Well, we've been tightening and trying to keep them from falling.
Oh, sure. No, that's fine.
first thing you're going to do when I tell you, you're going to click on the theater notes, all right? This is for the theater notes.
What was that? What was the YouTube address?
YouTube is on it's on the RMMT
RMT.
SOA.
Great, thanks.
And that's our YouTube streaming channel.
Great, thank you.
You fight a dragon? You fight a dragon? Is that why you got broke your arms? You fight a lion? Street fight. It says street fight. Were you hulking out? Snatching? Captain America did Okay. I see your phone. You know what's going to happen if this book season take it away another 24 hours. He's going to love taking You know that you're right next to my microphone. So you know what's going to happen if that thing goes off. It's going to hear it. I'm going to look over you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rosemary Myers Theater for the Performing Arts at the Charleston County School of the Arts. We ask that you please take a moment now to turn off your cell phones, pagers, watches, or other devices that may make noise. Flash photography is prohibited for this and all performances and events in the theater. Thank you, and please enjoy this evening's performance.
welcome to our spring concert. This is the culmination of everything that we have done this year. Just want to remind you a couple of little favors to ask you. If you need to get up and leave, please do not get up and leave while we're performing. It's very distracting. Applause is a great time to get up and leave. But I'm going to turn it over to the students who are going to introduce our music, and hope you have a really great time tonight. We're going to start with the Star Spangled Banner. So if you would please stand and feel free to sing along. I love it when people sing.
Good evening. My name is BG and I play the bass clarinet in the 6th grade band. Our next selection is the Honorable March by Mark Williams. We played this for our warm-up selection at Concert Festival. This is a great contemporary march with all of the ingredients of a salsa or Fillmore march. It has a trio, coda, loud and soft sections, as well as a melodic section. You get the picture. Here's Honorable March.
Hi, I'm AJ, and I play the student in the 6th grade band. Our next piece is from one of the great Disney movies. We will be featuring Asher DiBernardo on the drum set. I know you may want to sing along. Well, go ahead. Although this arrangement is a little bit different from the one in the movie. Here is Let It Go from Frozen.
Hi, I'm Hannah Bergman. The next song is one that will make everyone happy. This song came from the movie Despicable Me 2. We will be featuring Chris Bardwell on drum set. Sit back, enjoy, and if you must dance, please do it in the aisles only. Here is Happy.
So we're going to have a little step change here where we go to the jazz band. Just a moment about the concert band you just heard. If you heard us, thank you. If you heard us at the showcase, we had learned Happy a few days before that, but now you got to hear it in its full beauty with all the right notes. And you know, they only had one after-school rehearsal because they don't meet together. So that's pretty cool. I'm very, very proud of them.
Unmute.
I think we're ready now. So I want to introduce our guest conductor for the jazz band is Mr. Ken Coburn. You know, one of the things that, well, I kind of don't want to put myself in this category, but the best leaders tend to surround themselves with people who are smarter and know things better than them. And I'm a classically trained French horn player, and I love jazz because I'm married to a jazz bassist. So I've been going to hear jazz gigs for 31 years. However, Mr. Boberg here has been in education for like 1,000 years, as you can tell by looking at him. Oh, excuse me, you look good for your age. 2,000 years. So anyway, you know, I really want the kids to have the ultimate jazz band experience. And yes, I could have done it, and it would have been fine. But as kids will tell you, I don't like fine. So through the generous fundraisers that we've done, I was able to hire Mr. Boberg to be our clinician for the last 5 weeks on jazz band Mondays. And it's been great. It's been great for me. Every time he comes in and does jazz band, I always learn something else. And I know the kids have learned a lot from him. His resume is so long that we would still be here tomorrow night if I was telling you about him. But I do know this. He is a very well-connected jazz musician, having played in the studios in LA for years. And most recently, I actually didn't know him, and he was this. He was was it a ranger, copyist, something for Warner Brothers cartoons, you know, the Animaniacs and all that stuff. He was involved with all that music. So he really is like a superstar in the jazz world. And we are so fortunate that he and his wife, Patsy, have decided to call Charleston their home now. And so we get this fabulous resource for us to use. And of course, he does come in and teach lessons. You'll see his name on the back of the program with all the adjunct teachers that I've listed. And it's been fabulous to work with him. So just to throw me a bone, I'm going to get to conduct one of them. Okay. But he's going to get us started off with he's going to get us started off with Peter Gunn. How great is it that we can expose these young musicians to Henry Mancini? I mean, if you don't know anything, I'm sure you know the Pink Panther. And Henry Mancini wrote the Pink Panther. When you hear this, you're going to think, oh, that's called Peter Gunn. I know that tune. So this is Peter Gunn by Henry Mancini. And if you give me a minute, I'm going to play in the trumpet section. It's going to be fun.
You gotta wait for our ninth trumpet players.
So when I was looking for music for the jazz band, I came across Hawaii Five-0. And I'm so glad they brought the show back just so I can hear the music. I love that theme song. When I was a kid, we used to watch that, and the music hasn't changed, which is awesome. Even though the characters have changed. Physically, that is. Anyway, so everybody knows this song, so I hope you enjoy it. There are no words to sing along, so just enjoy Hawaii Five-0. We needed to blow them up, even with the magnifiers. When they came out, they were like this big. Looked like chicken scratch. So the final piece for the jazz band is the Five-Note Blues. When I found this piece, I thought this is perfect because I only get this one little opportunity to teach some true jazz, and there's nothing truer than a blues. And in this piece, we're going to be featuring some soloists. Okay, this is a test for me to see if I'm not sure I can get them in the right order. Hoke, just go ahead and stand up. Don't applaud yet. Let's see how they do. Okay. Hoke and Julian. I know this is not the right order. JoJo is going to do it on the vibes, and We've got McHenry's hiding there on the guitar. And Joey is gonna play the bass. So you'll see when we get to the solo section, they're all gonna do some ad-libbing, which is another really cool thing about jazz, improvisation. So our last tune for the 2015 SOA Middle School Jazz Band is Five Note Blues.
They're not live streaming today. Oh, they couldn't come up on the page. My mother was trying to get it.
Ever look up YouTube
On Ustream?
on
Y'all doing
Ustream?
saying this all.
Oh, we're not Ustream anymore.
Oh, I didn't.
It's on YouTube.
YouTube now?
It's on YouTube now.
Oh,
Yeah, Ustream was going to charge us.
okay. All right. So what if I just look over SOA?
And so at RMMT, so School of the Arts.
Oh.
Hello, I'm Morgan Beard and I play trombone in the 7th grade band. This is Wind Ensemble. When Mrs. Reed said that we would play a march, several of us suggested this one. This is not an American march, it is a German march. Very different style, but still march. This was written by Strauss, who is also famous for his waltz. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the Radetzky March.
Our movie theme concert. A new piece called Spyscape. I think this piece encompasses all of the spy movies I've ever seen. We will see if you can hear the spy music too.
Hi, I'm Christopher, and I play clarinet in the 6th grade band. The next selection that the Wind Ensemble will play is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This selection features the music from these scenes: Prologue, Book 2, Moaning Myrtle, The Flying Cock, Dobby the House Elf, Gilderoy Lockhart, Fox the Phoenix, and Harry's Wondrous World. The video was made by Julian Gabb.
I'd like Julia Joya to stand up, take a bow. Julia did our video. So needless to say, I got inspired to do that from our most recent Universal trip. We were all filled with butterbeer and all things Harry Potter. So, and the wands. Before the Wind Ensemble does their last piece, I would like to show you what we have done with the money that we have raised. Mostly this year, some from last year. So they don't know I'm going to do this. But I'm going to have the students who are using newly purchased instruments to come up. So I'm going to have to look at them so I can remember and make sure I don't leave anybody out. Asher, you come up, bring your instrument. Let's see. Oh, the vibes, we can pull the vibes up here. And the bass drum, we're not going to bring the bass drum up here. It's just too big. The vibes, you saw JoJo play the vibes in jazz band, the beautiful gold bars. Let's see, we have Hope and Martine come up. They need to see, bring your instruments. Jenny, come up. Christian, I know you're not holding ours, but come up. Come up. Come stand up here, guys, so that everybody in a straight line. Is that what? Yeah, go ahead, push the vibes up here so they can see that. Jenny, come stand up here. So this, the bass drum, because of your great work and generosity. If you look on the back cover, I also have a list of people who just gave us money donations. It was huge. Just trust me on that. It was great. And several of these came in after our Oyster Rose. People just came in with checks. The kids came in and gave me checks, or one gentleman met me and gave me a check. So it's been a phenomenal year. And you parents are fabulous. And I tell you what, I just want to keep you. I know your kids have to eventually move on, but I just want to keep you. I just want you to see this, that these instruments, pretty much all, I'm looking at this, there isn't anything up here that wasn't over $4,000. Wasn't over, it wasn't under $4,000, right? Next in, look, okay, it has been a very long day. So I just really appreciate you so much, and for the current 6th and 7th grade parents, we got to keep this coming, because the Charleston County School District does not give me very much money. I'll tell you what they give me. They give me $2,000 for the entire year, and I absorb all of that in the summer. When I send in all of our old dilapidated instruments and have the instrument doc patch them back together, every penny is gone. So I really appreciate all of the work you do and all the support that you've done. Along those same lines, I want to thank you. I had a parent one year, this is about 6 years ago, tell me he sat out in the audience and he estimated the amount of money sitting on the stage. Not just the fact that your precious children are up here, who are priceless, but if you look at the instruments sitting on stage that you have purchased for your children, added with the $50,000 of band instruments that we have, it's huge, the amount of money that is sitting on the stage. And I just want you to know how truly humbled I am to be here. And your kids are fabulous. I know each one, sometimes you and I, parents, we've talked, we're about to pull our hair out, but there isn't anybody up here I wouldn't take again, because they are truly talented. And you know, when you have creative people, they think outside the box and they act outside the box. We together will hang in there. And they end up going into high school where they are fabulous. So I really appreciate everything that you have done. And we're going to do our last piece for the wind ensemble. And while we're changing with the 6th grade, get to see, if you haven't already seen it, you're going to get to see the video that we made at Universal Studios while we were changing sets. And probably, I told somebody, I said, out of my entire career, so many years, this was one of the most educational trips I've ever been on. And we didn't have a judge, and we didn't have a trophy. Well, they did give us a plaque. But what the children took away from this was incredible. They got to meet 4 sound technicians who are doing this as a living, and they each had a different job. One was recording. They learned the art of Foley, and if you don't know what Foley is, it's all the sounds that they add into the movies. The kids learned how to make fire sounds out of paper and steam and things like that. And they spliced in our sounds that we made. So when you see the video, every sound on there is made by us. And they didn't have an auto-tune. So when they started to play, they played the rough cut for us that day. The kids were looking at me like, is that us? And then we heard some of the other sections come in and we're like, oh yeah, that's us. Because it wasn't perfect. It was great. It wasn't perfect. And so we knew that. Because Mr. Kerr made a comment, he goes, I bet they had auto-tune. And I said, they didn't have auto-tune. So anyway, that's what you're going to be watching when we do our next set change. So I'm going to let Olivia introduce our final song for the wind ensemble.
Hi, I'm Olivia Shorter, and the last selection for the wind ensemble is Groovy by Richard Saucedo. Miss Reed heard this one at Region Band and knew we would have fun playing it. It's just a cool piece. I hope you
I didn't stop it. Mel did.
Okay, so this is your entire SMA middle school band. How about that? Now, we couldn't do this at Christmas because at Christmas, I think the sixth graders still only knew about 8 notes. And so now I've thrown them into musical shock by giving them, if you saw this music, parents, this is actually the professional level of Stars and Stripes. And, you know, years ago, I always believe in ending our year with the Stars and Stripes. We started with the Star Spangled Banner, ended with Stars and Stripes. And I used to always play a middle school version of the Stars and Stripes. And as a musician, it would just kill me to play that because they left out so much stuff to make it easy. So a couple years ago, I had one of those years where I had just superstars in the band. And they said, this is really simple. Can we play something harder? So I go over to Mr. Carter's library, because this isn't in mine, and I borrowed it, and I handed it out thinking, we're going to die in the first 4 measures. Well, I handed it out, we actually made it through it, and ever since then I decided, I want the shock factor here. I want these kids to see what's waiting on them in high school and how exciting the music is. So what you're going to hear is not perfect, but it is the Stars and Stripes, and we're going to give it our best shot. We've been working on it. We could probably work on this for another month before we would get it to where I would really like to perform it. However, we don't have another month. And I don't want to do the dumbed down version because at SOA in the band, I believe that we should be pushing ourselves constantly. And, we have a lot of 8th graders. I'd like for the 8th graders to please stand up right now. And you saw the ones talking who didn't stand up. Parents, you can talk to them. And at this point, I would like to recognize all of the students who went to solo ensemble last weekend and received a superior rating. If you would please stand up. I would also like to recognize at this time the students who made region band. If you would please stand up. And last but far from least, our all-state band members. Would you please stand up? So we've had a very good year, and I expect to have an even better year next year. So for those of you that are staying with me, it's going to be even better. And the other thing I would like to recognize is the other group is the 6th graders, because in August, most of them did not know how to play these instruments. 6th graders, would you please rise? I'm not going to leave out our 7th graders. 7th graders, please stand up. So we're going to close our concert with the Stars and Stripes Forever by John Philip Sousa, written for the United States Marine Band. And we're going to feature our 3 piccolo soloists. Their names are on the program. We'll have Heather, McHenry, and Alicia will play the piccolo solo. And we have a treat for you at the end.